So I wanted to make this video for the shy artists. If you are an artist, if you are a creative person, if you make art, and you struggle with sharing that, and you struggle with exposing yourself by sharing your artwork, if you struggle with somebody asking you what you do for work or something, and you're like, I'm a grocery store clerk, and you're too scared to say you're an artist, and you're too shy, and you're too timid, and nobody sees your art, and you don't show it, and I want to hopefully give you some advice to hopefully help you, because if you are that person, you're living half a life, and it makes me really sad to see people living half a life, and this topic actually means a lot to me. I just filmed this, but I want to restate why I'm making this video. I don't want to see anybody living half a life. I don't want to see anybody living with so much self-hatred and depression, because that was me at one point. And it sucks and it's bleak. You're as good as dead. And that sounds really dramatic, but it really is like that when you're an artist. And if you're understanding me right now, then you're understanding me. And I hope something I said can help you. Yeah, I love everyone, and I want everyone to be happy and fulfilled. I don't want anybody to die unfulfilled. And so that's why I recorded this video, because my heart is really for the people. My heart is for the artists. My heart is for you. So yeah, that's why I recorded this video. Okay, it's gonna start. So here we go. Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Natalia. I'm an artist, and I love to see other people loving their lives, especially other artists. And recently, I have been having a lot of thoughts about the shy artists, like people who don't like to share their work, people who are just really shy about their work and who they are as an artist. I have witnessed many people in my life and just have observed many people who are creative people who love to create, but there's so much hesitation in them, and there's so much hesitation to share or to do what they truly want to do, and it makes me really sad. So I wanted to share some advice that I thought of that hopefully could help somebody break through. If you don't know for some reason, when you're a creative person, your creative practice is directly tied into your mental health. Last year, I actually was prepping to teach a class. I did teach a class, like nobody basically ended up coming, a few kids, and it was for kids, and like a little class for art and mental health. And I did a lot of like studying and research on how art can improve your mental health. And I've talked about this a few times on this channel, but art in general is really helpful for people's mental health. I'm sure you've heard that before, but art for an artist is like detrimental to an artist's mental health. Art is so helpful to people no matter who you are, but art is like as vital as oxygen when you are an artist and practicing and releasing and exposing. And when you're an artist and you're not sharing your work, or you're not creating at all, or you're not even betting on yourself at all, or letting opportunities come your way by way of sharing or by way of exposing yourself and by way of exposing your art, you're literally trapping yourself, and you're trapping your mind, and you're trapping your joy, because there is so much joy that comes from sharing your art, and not even like monetary joy of people like it. Like that doesn't matter at all. But I know, I guess I can just speak for myself. I know when I am feeling down in the dumps and I check in with myself and I'm like, well, like, have I been creating from my heart? And the answer is no. Then I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to hear anything from you until you're like creating, until you're like painting. For me, I love to paint. I love to read books. I love to create videos. And it's all subjective. Like, it doesn't even have to be good. My videos aren't that great, but I love it. And if I'm not doing it, I get depressed. If an artist is not creating, it's horrible. Like, that's depression. If you are an artist and you're not creating, if you are an artist and you're not exposing your creations, you are like asking for depression, damn near, you know. aside from whatever you're already dealing with chemically or whatever. And it's a really sad thing. One thing I was focusing on when I was making this little lesson for these kids was to really stress to them that the opposite of depression is expression. And when you do art, you're expressing yourself. So as an artist, if you're not creating, if you're not sharing your art, if you're not doing those things, you're really playing with your mental health. Like, honestly, it's that serious. And an argument to that could be like, well, like, I don't have a community to share it with. Like, I don't feel safe around these certain people. Like, I don't, like, any argument you have, like, when it comes to your art, like, you need to protect it. And you need to protect yourself as an artist. And you need to build your life in a way that can become a safe place to share your art. And for the people that sounds dramatic at all too, I don't know, it kind of feels weird to be like, maybe you're not an artist in your heart. But if you are, you understand what I'm saying. Like, if you are, like, it really is a life or death scenario. And I totally understand that the people who get it, like, they get it. Because it really is life or death. It's really depression or life. Like, you know, or like it's either a good quality life from creating and sharing or a horrible quality life. Like, it literally takes that big of a mental toll. So that's who I'm talking to when I'm talking about this. But I think if you're an artist and you're not creating, point blank period, and you're not practicing and like learning and developing your skills, I think that you're being really irresponsible with your life. And, you know, and it sounds like kind of crazy, but I do see people very sad and very depressed and living half lives, and it's horrible to see. Like, it really is. And if I'm calling you out, hopefully I am, because I want people to live happy. And so that's just the number one thing is, like, if you're not creating, you're going to be depressed, and you have to, like, be okay with that. Like, know that you're being, like, very irresponsible. And this is a message to myself too. It really all, respecting yourself enough to share your art also comes down to a lot of self-respect in general and self-love. If I were to encourage a shy artist to share their artwork and not be ashamed of it, it's kind of a weird cycle when you are ashamed of you might think you're not ashamed of yourself, but when you are hesitant to share, when you're hesitant to create that content, to create the art piece, to create the song, to share it, the more you judge yourself, the more you judge others, and the more bitter you become. And the more bitter you become, the more ugly you become. Like, you're becoming an ugly person by way of not sharing, by way of judging. You know, you're judging yourself so much, and then you start to judge other artists, and you're like, that wasn't even good. Like, and you, in the back of your head, you're like, I know I could do better than that. I could do better than that in my sleep. I could think of a million better ways I could do that. Like, oh, I could have written that so much better. And you just kind of become this bitter hater. And it's so, like, I've always been low-key a hater. Like, I love hating on stuff. But not too much, though. Because it makes you into a really ugly person. It makes you into, like, a judgmental fan. Because at the end of the day, the haters are just fans, right? So I don't like to see people become ugly either. I don't like to see people become depressed and ugly. Like, it's not cute. And I'm talking about, like, your heart. It's not cute. And I'm really grateful that I'm able to, like, hear somebody being a hater, and I'm like, ew. Because that means I'm not too far gone into my own hater abilities. But really, like, it's like, dude, you're being a hater. Like, what do you have? Like, let's see you do it. Let's see you try. Let's see you put yourself out there. Like, yeah, let's see it. And the more I create, the more I release, the more I share, the less judgmental I feel of others, the more grace I have for others, and the more love I have. And it makes you into a way more beautiful person. And you need to respect yourself enough as a human being to not let yourself become so horrible, like such a horrible being, and get out of those cycles, because it really is a cycle. Like, I'm judging myself and then I'm judging others, and there is this thing of like, oh yeah, I'm a hater of everything, but I also hate myself most of all. Like, there is this like very self-loathing quality that almost can begin to ask for sympathy in those sorts of people, or those stages of life. Like, when it comes down to being a victim, and the more you engage in identifying as a victim, the more pathetic you become. And it sucks because it's like, some people like are genuinely victims, but that's just the way life goes. Like, the more you entertain the victimhood, literally the more pathetic you become. Literally the more sad you become, the more bitter you become, the more judgmental you become. And it's not cute. And it leaves you to lead a horrible life. So step one for a shy artist would be like, let go of the victimhood. Let go of the judgment you have on others. Like, and you might be thinking like, oh, I don't judge others. Like, I only am judging myself. And it's like, no, that's not true. Like, I really do believe the way we look at ourselves reflects the way we look at other people. Like, I've known people to where they thought everyone was out to get them. They thought everyone was jealous of them. They thought everyone had an attitude with them, that everyone was like dirty look, like all the time. And I'm like, how come you are the only person I've ever met that has had this instance happen so many times? That like, that person wants to be you, apparently. That person wishes they were you. That person like just has it out to get you all the time in every circumstance, whether it's the grocery store, the coffee shop, on the side of the street. Like, it's like, I don't think everyone's like a hater. I don't think everyone's being rude to you. I think you're actually a very rude person. I think you're actually a brat, you know? So I really do believe, I mean, that's like a working theory. I don't know if you know, there's something in my life that I could be like, well, I don't feel that way. But I generally feel that the way you view yourself is ultimately the way you're going to view other people. And the more grace you have with yourself, the more grace you have with other people. And you become a beautiful person by sharing and letting go of the shame. Not everyone's hating on you. Not everyone's looking at you. Not everyone cares about you. Like, genuinely. And, you know, and you'll slowly start to let go of your judgment, because even by putting a piece of art out there, the next time I see somebody else put an art piece, I'm like, well, I know that probably took a lot of guts. I know that probably took a lot of work. I know that probably took many hours. And then that just grace starts to build up. You know, if I was to like judge somebody else. And you start to value other people more. And you start to value yourself more. So it's a beautiful cycle. And it sucks because things do happen to us. And we are victims of things in our life. But, you know, do we stay and grow into that victimhood? Or do we get over it one day? And it's really intense. Like, people really do go through hard things, and it does ruin their self-esteem, ruin the way they look at themselves, you know, their self-talk. People go through things that ruin them. But life keeps going on. And you really have to really make a decision every day, like, am I going to live the rest of my life miserable? Or am I going to live the rest of my life happy? What do I want? You have to get real with what you want and make those hard decisions every day. And choose to share and choose to give yourself a chance, to give yourself a fighting chance in this world. When you stay shy and when you stay quiet and when you stay to yourself, although it's a beautiful thing, our relationships to ourselves, we still live in a world that moves on, a world that is constantly evolving. And we need to evolve with it. Like, we just do. And when you don't share, when you stay to yourself, you don't give yourself a chance. Like that saying, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You do. You miss a lot. So, yes, by not sharing yourself as an artist, you disqualify yourself immediately just by staying private and just by staying shy. And do you want to do that to yourself? Like, do you want to like not put yourself in the game? Like, put yourself in the game. Give yourself a chance. Give yourself a chance. Something I personally had to tell one of my friends recently, who's amazing, an amazing artist and a beautiful person, who's very shy about sharing their work. I had to tell them, like, at one point, you look... I had to tell a friend of mine, I use this analogy. You are an apex predator. You are the T-Rex. That's how I view them. A very powerful artist, a beautiful artist, a visionary. And they're very shy. And I'm like, while you staying shy and you staying timid about who you are and like your artist voice, you look like a T-Rex looking in the mirror and thinking it's a mouse. At some point, we got to be honest. If you saw a T-Rex looking in the mirror thinking it's a mouse, would you kind of think that's a dumb T-Rex? T-Rex, a silly T-Rex, if you would, a stupid T-Rex. Like, you're a freaking apex predator who's bigger than you, and you're looking in the mirror thinking you're a mouse. Why is that? You know? And it's important to do the work to find out why. Because as much as we're like, I don't know, like, I don't know why I don't like myself like this, I don't know what, as much as we don't know, or we think we don't know, there's always a reason. There's always a voice that we've put on a pedestal, and we just have to take it off. We just have to take it off that pedestal. We have to do the work and literally grab that voice and bring it down beneath us, because it is beneath you. And especially as we grow up, we have things said to us, we have events that happen, weird things that happen, and especially voices from other people. And, you know, they're from people we don't even value. Like, from people we don't even value as an artist. If I don't value as an artist, why am I letting your critique control me? You know? Why is a T-Rex letting a bunch of little mice, like, keep him harnessed down? You know, or keep him on a leash. It's silly, you know? And it's important to deconstruct those voices that are keeping you shy, that are keeping you scared, that are keeping you timid, that are keeping you quiet. One thing I loved was actually the Artist's Way book. You've probably heard about it before. A lot of people do it. It is spectacular. Like, it is actually so amazing. And I can't recommend it more to, like, all of my friends. Even if you're not an artist, it's so helpful in deconstructing those voices that are going on in your head. Like, it really is. There's so many, I don't know. There's so many voices going on. There's so many things going on. So many thoughts. I'm like, have a hyperactive mind. It is so beautiful. Like, the exercises it has you go through, the way she explains it, the way morning pages affect me, the way writing affects me. Like, you get to learn so much about yourself, truly. And it's not like woo-woo. Like, you can actually sit down and write. Like, there's actually, like, tactile questions that get to the bottom of what's going on. And you are able to write that to yourself and just know and be like, wait, like, that boy that said something to me in 3rd grade, I still think about it to this day. Who is that boy? I literally don't care about him. Like, I literally wouldn't be caught dead next to him. Just kidding. But, like, I want nothing to do with him. I don't know him anymore. Like, it's like, why has his voice still in my head? And, anyway, so yeah, it's a beautiful way to really, really discover a lot about yourself. It's so easy. It's so simple. It's literally an amazing manual, like, to heal your inner artist. That's, like, the whole point. And boy, do you do that. Okay, the lighting's switching a little bit, so we're getting a little weird in here. It's important to do all that inner work. It's important to go back into your past and uproot those things that have been hurting you. Uproot those idols you've placed in your mind that keep you, uproot those blocks that keep you blocked. Like, it's so important to go and do that work. And I would really encourage you to do that book and to really spend time with your thoughts. I think it's so easy. Wait guys, I just had an original thought. I think it's so easy to get distracted on social media. No, but really, okay, the lighting is shifting crazy. Oh, okay, that's kind of nice. Okay, the lighting is shifting crazy. Anyway, it is so easy as an artist to want to, because usually there is a lot going on in your brain, and it's so easy to want to drown out all the thoughts. I'd encourage you not to do that, because you're just going to become a shell, and it sucks. Being a shell kind of sucks. Sit with your thoughts and write about it. Like, I always talk about journaling. Journal it until it's gone. Like, journal it to death. Journal it to death. Like, journal about, like, in your heart of hearts, what's holding you back and what made you like this. And journaling will help you find that out if you've kind of like blocked it out or something. Don't wait for years more to go by thinking that something's gonna change, because nothing's gonna change. Like 5 years can go by and you will still have done nothing you desire to do on this earth. And it does. It just goes by. Like, you will stay stuck unless you dig yourself out of whatever hole you're in. Like, you will stay stuck. So I really encourage everybody to do the work and to face the music and to share their art, because there is so much goodness that waits on the other side of sharing your art. And especially with shy artists, I think it's easy to, a lot of the part of about being shy is the voices around us. I think it's really valuable to assess the voices in your life and how much they matter to you. And this is like as an artist, like I'm not trying to be superficial or like, oh, they're broke, so I'm not gonna listen to them. It's like, I don't know how to say it, but it's important. Like, maybe your grandpa is saying something to you. And although you love your grandpa and you value your grandpa and you take his life advice and you respect him, but he says something about your artwork or about you as an artist that makes you feel kind of weird and feel embarrassed, you need to assess where your grandpa lies on the scale of importance regarding your art. Like, is your grandpa an amazing artist? Like, is he an art fanatic, or like is he a creative being? Some people let other people who aren't creative at all, or who don't embrace their creative side, or have no value for creativity or artistry, and they let them dictate how they feel about themselves. Why are you letting somebody else dictate how you feel about themselves when they don't value who you are? You need to assess the voices in your life. Assess how much you value them as a person pertaining to what you're trying to do. So, like, if I have a friend that's working on music and I know nothing about making music, like, I'm an artist or whatever, so maybe they do value my opinion, but I don't know anything about making music, and I'm like, that sounds weird. And they're like, okay, well, the song sucks. But then they show it to another musician, and the musician's like, oh, I see what you did there. It's kind of this weird thing, but it's actually awesome. Why would they listen to me? Like, I don't know about making music. I don't know that's actually something that sounds amazing, because I don't understand it, because I'm not exposed to it, because I don't value it. Like, it's just not in my Richter scale. Is that the word? It's not in my, it's whatever. What's a Richter scale? Wait, hold on.
The Richter scale, also called the Richter magnitude scale.
Magnitude. I don't know. I don't know why I said that. It's just nothing. It's not something I can place anywhere, because I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, that was kind of a horrible example, but hopefully you got the picture. Oh, there's birds on my neck. I just forgot there was birds here the whole time. But like I'm saying, maybe it's your grandpa, maybe it's the boy from 3rd grade, maybe it's, maybe it's a random stranger that like commented on your post 2 years ago when the one time you tried to post on TikTok or something. Like, you need to assess how much you value those people as artists, how much you respect their opinions as artists. And really, do they get it? Do they know you? Do they see you? Only value the voice of the people who are, I don't know. I don't even know if you should value anybody's opinion. I think you should always do you. I don't think, no, you should value people's opinion, but I don't think you should let anybody dictate how you feel about yourself. That really comes down to no one. Like, I'm talking about valuing people, but low key, like, let nobody tell you how you feel about yourself. There's this quote in this movie that I love. Everybody loves it. 10 Things I Hate About You. And Heath Ledger's character says, don't ever let anyone make you feel like you don't deserve what you want. Is that what he says? Yeah, I literally said it perfectly. Don't let anyone ever make you feel like you don't deserve what you want. And that's like one of my most quoted movie inspiration quotes, and that lives in my head. That's always like I actually remember. I watch a lot of movies, but I don't always remember like the inspiring quotes, but I remember the jokes. But yeah, that's so true. Don't let anyone ever make you feel like you don't deserve what you want. Don't let anyone ever dictate how you feel about yourself or influence how you feel about yourself, much less people that suck. I mean, maybe if Rick Rubin decides to say something about me, maybe I'll listen. You know? Like, maybe if like one of the best of all time say something, then I'll like think about it. But even then, don't let anyone influence how you feel about yourself. You know, take it all down. Don't even assess it. Actually, I said assess it. Value how much you value that person as an artist. Don't. Nobody should have charge over how you feel about yourself. No. Except me. And I'm going to tell you, you're a great artist and you're a talented person. And the only reason you maybe feel untalented is because you haven't been respecting yourself enough to practice your craft. And maybe you feel like you've fallen behind. But that's okay, because you can keep going. As long as you're alive, you can keep practicing. As long as you're alive, you can become a better artist. As long as you're alive, you have a chance to share your art today. You have a chance to share your art tomorrow. You have a chance to start today. You have a chance to start tomorrow. You have a chance to start now. And that is a beautiful thing. And the biggest part about this is letting go. My recent obsession has been freaking Kung Fu Panda and the philosophies of Kung Fu Panda. I know, whatever. Don't be a hater. And how good those movies are, the first and the second one specifically. And one quote Master Oogway says is, yesterday is history, tomorrow's a mystery. Today is a present. Today is a gift. That's why they call it the present. Oh my gosh. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. And that's why they call it the present. Let go of the past. Whoa, okay, lighting. Let go of it. And it's so easy for me to say because I've done the work. I've done so much work. And I'm actually amazed at myself talking to myself right now because I have been lost before as an artist. Like, I haven't understood myself as an artist. I still don't understand myself. I don't understand what I'm doing. I don't understand what I want to do, but hey, it's going to happen either way. So that's fine by me. But mainly, I know the value of all this because I used to be somebody that hated myself a lot, that didn't see my value. I didn't get me. I didn't love me. I mean, I've always been extroverted, so I didn't have a problem sharing, but less about the art and more about mental health. I have been, since a young child, somebody that didn't like myself. Like, I hated myself. And it's really sad because it wasn't like a poor me. It was like, I remember I loved to perform when I was little. And I remember things happened to me and I stopped. And then one day I looked in the mirror and I was like, I'm too ugly to be in front of the camera. I'm never going to be in front of the camera. I'll always be behind the camera. I'm going to become a photographer. Like, I'll just be a photographer. I won't be a model. I won't be an actress. I won't be a singer. I won't be a dancer. Like, all the things I wanted to be. And, you know, to some people, like, to be a photographer is, like, the thing. But no, to me, to perform was the thing, and I chose the behind-the-scenes things because I felt too ugly and too horrible. And I hated myself. Like, I hated looking in the mirror. Anyway, I can proudly say, like, I love myself now. Or at least I'm trying to every day. and I respect myself a lot more. And obviously it takes time. It takes a long time. This is not an overnight thing. Loving yourself and respecting yourself truly, because that's what it comes down to, right? Is self-respect. Like, if you love something, you respect it. You know, if you love something, you respect it enough to give it what it deserves, to give it what it needs. You respect it enough to feed it. You respect it enough to expose it. You know, if you have a plant and you love your plant, you respect it enough to give it sunlight, to give it water, to speak well to it, like to give it good soil. You know, if you love yourself as an artist, you create time to create, to cultivate yourself as an artist, to inspire yourself as an artist, to be exposed to different opportunities. Every time you post on social media, it's an opportunity. And you don't even have to understand it, but it is. You know, everyone has eyes and everyone's looking, and it doesn't even have to matter to you what kind of opportunities are coming. Just know it's an opportunity. Every single time you put yourself out there, it's an opportunity. Every time you step outside your door is an opportunity. A lot of people don't even leave their homes. A lot of people don't even leave their rooms, and maybe that's you. Maybe you're listening to this and you're like, yeah, I can't even leave my freaking room. Stepping outside and saying you're an artist is an opportunity. Like, and some people don't even give themselves that opportunity. You know, it's easy to be like, hey, what do you do? What do you do? It's like, oh, I'm a server. Or it's just like, oh, I'm a teacher. Oh, I'm just a photographer. Oh, I'm a photographer at a restaurant. And it's just like, oh, okay. Because, you know, and they see you for what you are, for what you tell them. But give yourself the fighting chance. Say, oh, yeah, I make music. Oh, yeah, I'm an artist. Oh, I'm a painter. You know? And that's immediately like, wait, I have been wanting a painting. Wait, you make music? My friend is a singer, like she needs somebody to produce. Wait, like there's you never know what's happening. I literally ran into somebody the other day, and she was this girl, and she was so freaking sweet to me. And I told her I was an artist, and she's like, I want to see your art. And I was like, yeah, I'll show you my art. And then I showed her my art, and she was like, please, if you ever have an art show, just tell me. And you know, it felt kind of funny because I haven't had an art show, and I haven't done that. And anyway, it was really inspiring because people see you for what you present as, and that's such a beautiful opportunity. Like, I can present myself as the person I want to be. Give yourself that opportunity. Present yourself as maybe not even as you are, but as you want to be. And that gives you so much opportunity as an artist. And yeah, there is a lot of that hard, horrible work that you got to do before you get to those places. Even I totally understand that, like, saying you're an artist might even feel risky to expose yourself like that, or you're not used to saying that. It happens. It happens one day. You wake up and you have the courage to say it. It happens little by little. Uproot those problems. Find out why you feel like that. Work on it. Be patient. Be graceful. Be graceful to other people. It is just so easy to spiral into victimhood. It's so easy to spiral into self-hatred. It's so easy. And it's so nice and comfy and fun. It really is. You know, it's so fun to be a hater and sit back and do nothing. It's so fun to just play it safe forever and ever and ever. It's so fun to never bet on yourself. Oh, I don't have to stress about betting on myself. Oh, I don't have to stress about putting my best foot out there because I can just sit in my house and do nothing. But you'll die. You'll be very depressed and you will die. You will get pregnant and you will die. No, I'm just kidding. You will get depressed and you will die. And you'll be alone and sad. And I don't want anybody at all ever to be alone and sad and depressed and die. So do the work for me, please. Don't be shy. Don't live half a life. Like, gosh, it doesn't matter. People don't care about you that much. And the people that care about you, the people that will care about you most in the world haven't met you yet because you haven't put yourself out there. Like, think about it like that. Like, you're so caught up on the people that really don't care, and you're obsessed with how they think about you, that the most beautiful relationships of all time, the relationships they write stories about, they haven't even met you. They haven't come your way because you've been too hung up on the other people's thoughts. You haven't given yourself a chance to be exposed to more people so that you have a better chance of having an amazing relationship, a friendship. You're missing out on everything if you don't put yourself out there. And you're missing out on on being joyful. There's a lot of just pure joy that comes. Like for me, like I haven't even had anything big happen, but I get so much joy from just making a video like this. I get so much joy from painting, from putting the paintbrush on to the canvas. I get joy from putting my painting on Instagram. I get joy. Like I just do from sharing. I just get joy. Anyways, if you're watching this, I totally love you and I totally think you should always share who you are with the world, whether that's on social media, whether that's with your friends, and and maybe you don't have the audience or the friends you want right now, but little by little you will start to attract more people that you want. The more you start to like yourself, the more you're going to start to attract people you like. And slowly but surely it'll happen. And this is my message to the shy artist. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Come here. No, but yeah, I just want to tell everybody, like, it's not too late. It's never too late. And you're not too damaged. And it's not too late. And you're not too far gone. Even if you are a horrible person because of these reasons, because of victimhood, because of insecurity, because of self-hatred, because of judgmentalness, you can change today. You can change right now. And you can start living a joyous life and stop being a hater. And I think that is just a beautiful thing. So share your art, share who you are. I don't know if this will hit the freaking For You page on YouTube, but if it so does, and if you're watching this, I would love if you would like comment who you are and like what you like to do. Like you're an artist, like I'm a sculptor, I'm a musician, I'm a singer, just like sharing who you are. I would love that. And like not being shy about it anymore, because like we don't have time to waste, you guys. We don't have time to waste. We got to start sharing who we are with the world, and attracting things we love, and attracting the life we love, and building the lives we love, and living a great life, because it's here today. This is life. So start sharing and start living, start laughing, start loving. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't know how to end this video. So thanks if you listen to this. I'm like at an hour, so I have no freaking idea how I'm going to edit this down. But comment down below. Share with me who you are, where you're from, or anything. And you are totally welcome in this space. Thanks for listening. Okay, I'm talking so long. Oh my god, I'm an angel hands. Okay, bye.